Perfect. We are recording. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming. I just want to make one announcement that starting Tuesday, I am going to be at the studio. So we will be having outdoor stretch along with the Zoom. So that should already be in the app to reserve. So feel free to either continue this way or come and see me in class. We can have, we're going to do the same protocol as the workouts, 9 people, including me. So that again is starting on Tuesday. Announcement number 2, I'm full of them today. Next Saturday, they are doing a seminar for the 6-week challengers at 9:30. So I am bumping my class to 8:30, just so that we can get it all in. So the 7:45 workout will end at 8:15. I'll start 8:30 to 9. That'll give everybody time to regroup. And the people who are doing the challenge can now join the ending seminar at 9:30. So it'll be a busy morning next week, but we got some great stuff going. So now let's get started. We're gonna do full body today because I am sore, and I'm sure you guys are. Even Kyle was talking about it. He's even sore from just demonstrating it. So what we're gonna do, let's start. We're gonna go up and over. I wanna go up and over and reach your arm back. We're gonna do the triceps first. I want you to put your hand in the center of your back. I'm gonna turn around. Now I'll face front. We're gonna take our left hand. We're gonna place it up and on our elbow and push down. You may feel this from the push-ups that we were doing. We did a lot of triceps this week. I was even feeling it when I was doing the punches today. But it's a good feeling. Keep going. I'm just going to mute you all because I don't think I did that in the midst of all my announcements, but feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions. So we're going to hold this for another 10 seconds. Take some nice deep breaths. Now we're going to release our arms down, shake it out. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to take our left hand, we're going to bring it up and over, again, placing it in the center of our back. We're going to turn around, or I'm going to turn around. We're going to take our right hand this time, place it on top of the elbow and push. You really want to feel the stretch in the tricep. Depending on how much flexibility you have, you may actually feel it here in your lats, depending on how far you push it. Going to take some nice deep breaths. We're going to hold this for about 20 to 25 seconds. Take some nice deep breaths. Oh, I can feel that sun coming through my windows. Fabulous. Can't wait to get outside. Okay, slowly bring your arms down. Now we're going to stretch the deltoids, and then we'll go back to the neck because I know we did some neck exercises this week, so I want to make sure that we stretch that out. But I want you to take your right hand, I want you to bring it across your chest. Take your left hand, bring it up. One thing in this stretch I want you to remember is to not place pressure on the elbow. You don't want to cause any injury by pushing the elbow too far in. You should be feeling this in the shoulder, into the deltoid muscle, which is right here. Really stretching it out. Take some nice deep breaths. Another 10 seconds. Slowly bring your arms back down. You can shake it out. Now we're going to do the opposite hand. We're going to take our left hand. We're going to bring it across, bringing the right hand up. Again, same thing. Don't apply pressure to the elbow, either before or after. Taking some nice deep breaths, really feeling it in the shoulders. Another 5 seconds. Bring your arms down. I'm gonna do one lower back one before we move up to the neck, because I wanted to make sure that we do a couple lower back ones, especially with the glutes and the quads. We did a lot of work there this week. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a nice wide stance. Can be a little bit wider than your shoulders or at shoulder width. I don't want you to be any narrower than that. I want you to have a nice form. I want you to squeeze your glutes, keep your core nice and tight, facing frontwards. You can either have your arms out like a T, or they can be in or up like this, but I really want you to turn. Try to look behind you, but try not to move your hips. Go from side to side. And really feel this in the lower back. Keeping those glutes tight so that you face front. And just keep going side to side. This is also good for the obliques and the abs as well. But we're really trying to focus on the back, the lower back. Do this for another 15 seconds, and then we'll move on to the neck. I never thought saying yes and no would be such a challenge. Those exercises, whew. Okay, one more, bring it back to center. Let's put our arms down. Okay, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take our right hand, we're gonna flip it up and over and place it on the left side of our head. Now we're not gonna apply any weight, we're just merely using it as a guide. Then we're gonna take that left hand and we're gonna push down to the ground, almost like we're trying to push ourselves up, but without lifting your heels off the ground. So you should really feel the stretch in this ear, from your earlobe down to your deltoid, so the top of your shoulders. So let's push and out, make sure your shoulders are down, you don't want them up. Really feel that stretch. Nice deep breaths, really get into that stretch. Your body to relax. You're doing good. I'm gonna hold this for another 5 seconds, and then we're gonna switch sides. Slowly bring yourself back up to center and shake it out. Now we're gonna take the left hand, we're gonna do the same thing, up and over. Again, placing it as a mere guide, taking the right hand and pushing it down. Feeling the stretch from the earlobe down to the top of the shoulder. Take some nice deep breaths. I'm gonna hold it for another 10 seconds. Focus on your breathing. Okay, slowly bring yourself back up. We're gonna do some neck rolls, neck circles, however you wanna call it. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna bring our chin to our chest. We're gonna slowly rotate our neck and our head until we're looking at the ceiling or the sky, depending on if you're inside or outside. Once you're there, you wanna stop and you wanna come back that same direction. Should take about 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds to go back, and again, 3 to 5 seconds to come forward. One thing you wanna make sure that you're doing, you're not shrugging your shoulders. You wanna make sure that your shoulders are relaxed and you're doing your circles to really stretch the neck, because if you shrug the shoulders, you're taking away from the neck stretch. I'm gonna do this for about 25 to 30 seconds. Really stretching the neck. You should feel this in the top of the spine, shoulders. Might get some cricks and cracks. Another 5 seconds. Okay, slowly bring yourself back down the center. Once you're there, what we're gonna do is now we're gonna stretch the lower part of the neck. I'll turn sideways so you can see. We're gonna take both of our hands, we're gonna go up and over. Ladies, it should be where the ponytail is. Gentlemen, it should be at the bottom of the scalp. Once you're there, now I'm gonna turn front so you can see. I want your elbows nice and tight and together. I don't want them wide because they're not gonna do the stretch. Bring them nice and tight. Once you're there, now you're gonna bring your chin to your chest. Take some nice deep breaths, keeping your elbows close together. Keep those shoulders down, don't shrug them. Very easy, and we have a tendency to let them creep up. Another 10 seconds. Take it slowly, bring your arms back down. Bring yourself back up. So I'm going to turn sideways for the next one. What I want you to do is take a wide stance, could be shoulder width. I don't want you any narrower than shoulder width. We're going to take our hands, we're going to clasp them together. We're going to flip them under, and we're going to push. This should really stretch. I want you to try to push your chest together, bringing your shoulders closer to your chest. I want you to really try to open up that back. But one thing I want you to notice is I'm standing straight up. I'm not hunched over and I'm not leaning back. We're trying to stretch the top of our back. So we want to keep a nice tall back. Push those arms out, bring those shoulders close to the chest and open up the back. I'm going to turn front so you can see me. Gonna hold it for another 10 seconds. Slowly bring it back in. Now we're gonna stretch the chest. You can do this one of 2 ways. I'm gonna turn around so you can see the first one. Doesn't matter what hand you bring across because you're gonna be stretching the chest. If you can, I want you to grab your bicep. Once you're there, I want you to really push your shoulder blades together and really pop out your chest. If you don't have that flexibility, that's completely fine. You can do kind of just what we just did. Clasp your hands together and bring your elbows together. It's the same stretch, just whatever level of flexibility you have. I'm gonna hold this for another 15 seconds. Taking some nice deep breaths. Slowly bring our arms back down. We're gonna do one more stretch for the upper body and then we'll start to move to the lower body. Actually, that's a lie. We're gonna do 2 more. We're gonna do some arms, and then we'll do an oblique one, and then we'll move to quads and glutes and legs. So the first one, I want you to put your hand out in front of you, like you're telling someone to stop. I want you then to bring your left hand up and hold all 5 fingers and push them back. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I want you to have a nice tall stance. I want your hand directly out. I don't want it up. I don't want it down. Directly in front of you. And you should feel your biceps, your forearms, really get those stretched out. Did a lot of body weight this week. Hold it for another 10 seconds before we flip it over. Okay, slowly wiggle it out, bring it back. Now we're going to do the same thing. Take it from a stop. Now we're going to flip our fingers down, holding on all 5 fingers and pushing back. Hold it for another 10 seconds before we switch sides. Slowly bring the arms down. Let's wiggle them out. Now we're going to do the other side. I'm going to tell somebody to stop. We're going to bring our right hand up now and push all 5 fingers back. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Again, keeping that arm straight in line with your shoulder. Don't want it up, don't want it down. You can really maximize the stretch. Another 10 seconds, then we're going to flip it over. Slowly bring your arms down, let's shake it out. Definitely starting to feel the stretch. Again, we're going to take that left hand, put it out. Now we're going to turn our fingers down, bring our hands in and push them back. Take some nice deep breaths. Hold this stretch for about 20 to 25 seconds total. Another 5 seconds. Slowly bring your arms down. Okay, now what we're going to do is I want you to take a wide stance, shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. We're going to kind of do the same stretch that we did earlier with the turning. However, we're going to focus on the abs and the obliques this time. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to turn your hips with you. So you're really stretching the oblique. You should feel it with the stretch and turn. Now we're going to go back and we're turning the hips this time, nice and slow. I want you to really feel it from the obliques to the front and stretch. Stretch that hand as far as you can. Really activate those obliques, stretch them out, pick them up. Do this for another 10 seconds. And we're going to bring it back to center. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to start with the quads. What I want you to do is you can put, if you have a wall if you need to, or if you have great balance, I want you to get on one foot, bringing the other foot to your hand. Then I want you to bring your heel to your glute. Put your arm out here. You can put it at your waist. But I want you to make sure that your legs are closed. Bring your knees together. Really feeling it in the quad. Focusing on your balance. Hold this for another 15 seconds before we switch. Another 5 seconds. Slow and controlled, bringing your foot down. Now we're going to switch. Bring the other foot up, put it in your hand, bringing the heel as close to your glute as you can, and closing the knees. Another 15 seconds. And slow and control, bring your foot down. I'm going to do a quick ankle stretch. I want you to just do ankle circles. I want you to do 5 each side and switch. Full circles. You might get some cricks or some cranks or some cracks. We're on our ankles, we're on our feet a lot. We're really going to make sure we're stretching this out. We're going to do 5 and then switch. We're going to do this a couple times. It feels really good. Do opposite direction, doesn't have to be the same way. Do a couple each way. Make sure you get the full range of motion, full circle. And do this for another 10 seconds. Okay, now we're going to come back to center. So we're going to go down into a yogi squat. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. You're going to stick your hips out. And you're going to come down, just like you're going to do a squat. However, you're going to go lower. And once your elbows are in line with your knees, I want you to push them out. You should really feel this in the hips. You want to add a sway side to side, about 1 inch or 2. That's completely fine. That'll really deepen the hip stretch. Hold this for another 10 seconds. Okay, you can slowly put your hands on the ground. Let's bring ourselves down. What we're going to do first, I'm going to go sideways so you can see me. Keep your left knee on the ground. We're going to put our right leg out in front of us. I want you to make a 90-degree angle at first. Once you're there, I want you to push yourself forward. You should feel this in the glute and in the hips. And depending on how far down you are, it may transition to the quads. Hold this for another 20 seconds, and I'm going to switch sides. Okay, I want you to slowly push yourself back up. Once your leg's back at 90 degrees, then I want you to switch. I'm going to turn this way so I can face you guys. Again, we're going to get on right leg, right knee down, all your weight, 90-degree angle with the left. Once you're there, push yourself forward. Hold it for another 10 seconds. Okay, slowly push yourself back up so you're at the 90 degree. Once you're there, you come back. We're going to take a seat. What I want you to do is extend your legs out in front of you. We're going to do a glute stretch. I want you to take your right foot, bend it, and put your foot on your quad, on your left quad, excuse me. Once you're there, I want you to start to bend your left foot. Bring your heel as close to your glute as you can. And see how I'm positioned right now? My elbows are bent. Once you're in this position, I want you to push yourself up. So you should feel this in the right glute. Look to the ceiling or the sky. You don't want to stretch the neck down. You want to look up. Try not to shrug your shoulders. I'm going to hold this for another 10 seconds before we switch. You can slowly extend that left leg. Now we're going to uncross the right. Now we're going to take the left and we're going to cross it over, putting the left foot on the right quad. Once we're there, we're going to bend the right leg, bringing the heel as close to the glute as you can. And once you're there, pushing yourself up. So you should really feel the stretch in the left glute. I'm going to hold it for another 10 seconds. Now I'm going to extend the right leg, uncross the left. I'm going to face front. You guys can see me. You want both our legs together. We're going to do some hamstring stretches and leg stretches. That's what we're going to finish up on. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands up and over, point our toes. Once we're up, we're going to take a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, we're going to go down. So deep inhale in. And we're going to go exhale down. Try to touch your toes. Keep your knees straight. Try to bring your nose to your knee. You really feel this in the hamstrings. The good full body. Stretching the back as well. Nice and, stretching it nice and long. I'll hold this for another 10 seconds. And we can slowly bring ourselves back up, arms down. Now I'm going to take the right leg and we're going to bring the heel as close to the groin as we can. I want you to sit up nice and tall. I don't want you to slouch, nice and tall. I want you to bring your hands up and over. Take a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, we're going to go down. So everybody inhale in. Exhale down. Try to grab the foot, the left foot, and try to bring your nose to your knee. Focusing on your breathing. Another 10 seconds. Slowly bring your arms back up, arms down. Now we're going to switch legs. We're going to extend the right, bring the left in. The heel as close to the glute as you can. We're going to have a nice tall back. Point your toes. Arms up and over. Take a nice deep breath. Everybody in. The exhale, we're gonna go down. Again, try to grab the right foot. Try to bring your nose as close to your knee as you can. Really feel the stretch. Another 10 seconds. And slowly bring your arms back up and down. Now, believe it or not, we're getting back. Oh, I see we have a visitor. We're gonna get on all fours. We're gonna do our last pose of the day. We're gonna put our hands under our chest to begin with, knees under our hips, feet flat, or top of the feet flat on the ground. We're gonna walk our hands out in front of us. Once we're there, we're gonna push our hips back, bringing our chest to the ground, getting into the child's pose. Focus on your breathing, really center yourself. All right, ladies, great job today. I feel so much better. My arms, how about you guys' arms?
Feel awesome. My legs were tight, my arms, my neck.
Yep. I would have never thought doing yes and no this week.
Oh, that was so hard.
I know. Oh,
I felt like all these noises, you know, when your muscles, like something hasn't worked. I was like, oh my God, it's like.
I know.
So
and I'm
weird.
like, I'm only saying yes and no. I'm like, why is it so hard? I'm like,
It was hard.
Oh, it was a good one. And his laugh, he kills me every time. I love it.
So
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, ladies.
All right.
It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Enjoy it. Get
Enjoy.
outside. Do something fun. Go out in the yard. I have mulch to move, so that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
You know, the fun stuff, home ownership. It's great.
Yep.
So enjoy it. Enjoy time with loved ones. Stay true to your words. Stay true to your goals. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
All right, thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Have a good
You too.
Saturday.